Today is a very monumentous occasion, as it was 10 years ago to the date that I'm posting this on, not recording, because I'm recording this a little before, but I'm going to be uploading this on the 29th. That on October 29th, 2015, that was the day that this YouTube channel was created. And since then, I've uploaded over 4,000 videos and have gained over 2,200 subscribers and over 500,000 views, which for numbers in the grand scheme of like the world of YouTube, that might not seem that impressive. Granted, yes. But I'm going to be touching upon that later in the video because this has been a long time coming. And I'm so thankful that you guys have stuck around with me on this journey for this long. And I'm really thankful I've been able to do YouTube for this long. Now, granted, just to clear up some confusion, you might look at my first video and realize that was uploaded in April 2016. That's because the channel itself wasn't active until that time. It was created on October 29th, 2015. But I didn't start uploading videos onto it until April 2016, which actually technically a little bit before in January 2016, but that's a whole different discussion entirely. But again, I am seriously thankful. And I'm also hoping you guys enjoy the Angry Birds Godzilla show and Golden Glory episodes that I recently just dropped, which are also meant to help celebrate the 10-year decennial here. And yeah, it's just something I'm really happy for. When I started the channel back in 2015, I knew for always I wanted to kind of like, even like a little before, I wanted to have my own channel. And in some ways I did try. In 2013, I made Matthew's Angry Birds, which you guys have probably already seen. If not, link is in the description for the HD re-upload from a few years back. And I did celebrate the 10-year anniversary of that video in specific, but this is the 10-year anniversary of the channel, this channel you're watching. And over the years, I have tried to come back to YouTube, but that was my first attempt. My second attempt was actually, I think somewhere between 2014 and 2015 was when I made a collaborative YouTube channel with my sister, which the channel no longer exists. I don't have any videos or records of it. I remember we uploaded like 2 videos, an introduction video and a Smash Brothers video, which I was planning to take requests, which kind of means Super Smash Brothers Battles in a way was like, technically speaking, the oldest web project I've ever made, if you want to count it as such, if you count that video in specific. Again, I don't have any dates or whatever. I don't even remember the exact day it was made, but eventually I kind of like started tinkering on my 3DS, like doing like these makeshift YouTube videos like, hey guys, it's me, and I used to go by the name, the username, because I didn't have a username at the time, the Handy Door Buster. I don't know why, I just made it. It sounded cool, which is kind of funny because even nowadays I can't bust down a door trap anymore. So, but in all actuality, I did want to become a YouTuber or some form of content creator because the idea of being a YouTuber always appealed to me. And I even made like small little iMovie stuff, which I probably will be trying to find and upload them. You have to forgive the noise, my cats are playing with each other. But regardless of what type of content I wanted to make, that was a bit of like a dilemma for years. Did I want to do gameplays? Did I want to do reactions? Did I want to do like commentaries? Did I want to do just like reviews of which? For a while I was trying to do Minecraft. In fact, I wanted to get popular, like get the millions of subscribers that people like DanTDM and popular MMOs were known for, especially nowadays. But back then was a whole different ball game. Everyone wanted to be the top spot. That was like every kid's dream back then. And to an extent probably is for the newer generations. But for me personally, I was definitely one of those people that wanted to get like millions of views, sort of like billions of views on millions per video, get like millions of subscribers, get that the YouTube play button platinum thing that they reward every now and then. But I obviously never got that. But I'm not trying to like downplay my accomplishments. Hell no. But I finally got my big break when it came to making a YouTube channel in 2015, and it all started with this phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy S3, and this is the original one. I don't know why I'm holding it like that, but yeah, this is the original phone. My first video, well, first publicly uploaded video, this welcome to my channel, was recorded on this very phone. And what's funny is that throughout like some videos back then, you can actually kind of start to see there's a crack on that, which I did see like there's like this weird line in between my videos, and I didn't know what that was, and I guess I didn't really take into consideration the crack would probably form a problem, but I kind of waved it anyway. But when I did make that video, I was expecting it to get like thousands of views, but only got a few hundred. Even nowadays, it's like sits at, God, I don't even remember, like a few hundred, like 400 views or something, 500. I don't know, somewhere around there. But since then, I wanted to get like more creative with my stuff, and it was around this time I especially had my big interest in Godzilla, which anyone who knows Godzilla in my channel knows like how much I'm into the franchise and how much videos I made over the years. When I had made like my first idea for a show, like my first ongoing series involving these characters, I wanted it to be based on the 1988 video game Monster Monsters. So I tried like kind of like thinking out in my head, okay, we're gonna have the NES Godzilla as the main protagonist, and we're gonna have the 54 Godzilla as the dad, and then we're gonna have Mothra as like the girlfriend, and then we're gonna go on adventures in like space and whatnot. Sadly at the time I didn't actually own a Mothra figure, and I wouldn't actually get a Mothra figure until like years later. And for just a multitude of different creative reasons I probably don't remember, I decided to kind of shelve the whole Monsters idea, but not shelve the character of like the video game Godzilla. And so I eventually decided to replace that with the 2014 Godzilla, because at the time the NECA 2014 Godzilla was my newest and favorite figure at the time. And I also wanted to say, well, okay, we want to make this show a little bit more unique than just a Godzilla show. How can we add something else to it? Angry Birds, yay! So, formerly called Godzilla and Angry Birds, the Angry Birds Godzilla show was born, and eventually kickstarted this whole like big 600 plus 23 season six films. There used to be six, 4 films, a video game actually, just a lot of different stuff for the show. You can definitely tell like how much I've grown with the show and how much it's grown with me. And that even like in the following years, I make Snaky Sunday Show in 2017, 2018 brings in Golden Glory, 2019 Llama Man, formerly Llama Man Rants, 2020 the Game Godzilla Show finally enters the scene, 2021 the Second the Object Show, and it keeps going until we're here. I also remember like going back a few years, 2016, 2017, I guess like for the first half of the channel's existence in the 2010s, I was attending middle school. Well, it was I graduated middle school in 2019, so there you go. I had told my classmates about the channel, and I feel like they liked the idea of doing YouTube. In fact, middle school, actually technically elementary school, but it was like it led into middle school, was where I met Logan, which you guys definitely know him. He's the creator of Caterpillar and Friends, collaborated with him multitude of different times, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. And eventually, I eventually kind of caught wind that a ton of my now, I guess, former friends, my classmates, have made their own channels, which I was astounded. I remember like several of them would upload their own video. I'd give them support. Same with like another person, another person, including Logan himself. He's got actually kind of like a few channels, including like one of his own. He still uploads from time to time, but I just want to kind of like preface how much I have been interested in this hobby. How many of them do you think lasted? Only one. Yeah, I have checked their channels actually, but none of them upload anymore, which is understandable. You know, YouTube as a hobby probably just doesn't appeal to them anymore. And I do also like want to say that they definitely have changed and moved on and grown without me. And that's fine, honestly. I lost quite a bit of contact with people when I graduated from middle school, which, you know, again, that's to be expected. You can't keep contact with everyone forever. And my cats are fighting again. Hope you enjoy, because she's going to be in the back for a little while. Anyway, yeah, I'm the only one still doing YouTube. With that said, I would also like to make mention that this isn't me trying to like glow or put down my former classmates. This is just meant to like signify how much I have been into this hobby for the better part of the last 10 years. And while there have been times where I have kind of like taken breaks, stopped for a little while, I've always came right back and went bigger than ever. And while I never really got the millions of subscribers I once hoped for, because like realistically that would be like way too much for me to handle, I did eventually gain at least a pretty decently large cult following. What I mean by that is several thousand subscribers across the world. That is more people than I realistically ever could have put into words, because especially even though a lot of them came from like recent years, I'm getting people saying that they're my fans now. Like they come to see my stuff. And I'm thankful. Really, I am thankful. I am grateful for everyone who comes and watches the video, including you, who is watching right now. I may not ever get to meet you, but I'm super happy that you're here anyway. That said, throughout the years as well, I've definitely had my fair share of downs and ups when it comes to like my online activity. And what I will say is that, you know, doing YouTube, you know, putting yourself out in the online space, not everyone's going to see eye to eye with you. And that's okay. We're all human. We all have our own opinions. We all can disagree. Um, and I'm just one of those. Some people may not like my content at all, and that's fine. Some people will love my content, and again, that's also fine. I have my own fair share of content creators that I don't really enjoy videos from anyway. But that said, if you do like my content, thank you for joining. And if you don't like my content, thank you for at least being honest. And hopefully you provide me with some feedback. Trying to also just kind of think here. I've also kind of received some different like questions over the years regarding my channel. Like, how do you stay like within the hobby for so long? And to that I say, it's just mainly because it's worth it seeing how the next project turns out. If it's just another gameplay, if it's another face-to-face camera thing like this, if it's another Angry Birds Godzilla show or Golden Glory episode with different people working on it, then it's fun to see the outcome. It's fun to work on something. That's what I want to keep doing. Continue keeping myself busy with the things that I love. And of course, the things that are mandatory, you know, work. Not a kid anymore, but, you know, we'll touch on that later. But yeah, that's part of the reason why. I've wanted to do YouTube for a long time, and the fact that I'm still doing it even nowadays, it's beyond grateful, because I've seen people come and go over the years. I've had my fair share of friends on here. I've had my fair share of friends on IRL that have tried to do YouTube. Didn't suit them, as I previously mentioned. Not all of them lasted, but I'm still here. I can guarantee, because there's probably some channels out there that have only lasted a few years. But here I am, now on my big, trying to think like, okay, 110. because like it's mirrored from me. It's exactly mirroring my perspective. But if it goes like this, then I think it'll pick it up. But if not, let's just go like this. Because see, that looks normal to me. But yes, I have been doing YouTube for that long, so that's kind of why I continue liking doing it, because it also gives me the freedom to talk about what I want, which is this big guy, or those funny little objects, or even formally, those little birds that fling themselves out of the slingshot to hit buildings, or that one bald dude in underpants. Sometimes I wonder how I got into him. Anyway, um, but another question I get every now and then is if I'm gonna ever quit YouTube. And I'll be honest right now, I have had thoughts if or when I would quit YouTube. The biggest way I see myself quitting is if I have some form of family of my own. Like, I mean, like my own kid. And what I mean by that is a kid would probably be a very big responsibility. I mean, it's kind of mandatory anyway, because you need to put all your attention towards having, like, taking care of your family, and especially your kid. That's, like, the only way I see myself ever, like, actually quitting YouTube. Or, in case this thing just kind of gets too much for me, then maybe I'll give my 2 cents and then wander off into the distance, into the sunset, in YouTube retirement, which is weird to say because we've seen a lot of YouTubers retire as of recently, like Tom Scott, Matt, Pat, just like to name a few off the top of my head. Also, my bald head. So, it's very, like, I understand a lot of people say, like, if I'm ever gonna quit, in sort of like the nice sense, like, you don't have to continue doing this or whatever. And I understand that. But the way I also like to think of it as, why would you quit something that brings you so much joy and gives you an outlet to talk about what you love most? That's why I don't want to quit YouTube anytime soon. Again, I probably will take breaks every now and then. I might go on one soon, who knows? Just because, like, I've been hammering video after video, which also, that's another thing. This year, 2025, has been the biggest year in the T.O.S.G history. I have made over 4,000 videos. But not only has the video count gone up, but the subscriber and view count has never been higher. And I'm really thankful that you guys have stuck around with me for, again, this whole 10-year span. Really, I am so thankful. I've, again, seen people one after another come and go in my life, both IRL and online, and that's okay. When one door opens, so when one door closes, another one opens. Can't hold on to the same things forever. But this channel has definitely had its fair share of evolutions, and I'm happy that you're here anyway. So, I don't know really, like, what else to really say, because I feel like the projects I've released today are going to be doing most of the talking anyway, even though I've talked for, like, looking at the timer, like 18 minutes, almost 19 now. So I'm just going to round that up to 20. I want to say one last time for this video, because it has been an absolute honor. And I know that some people are going to say, oh, well, no, I'm not quitting. It won't be my final video. But thank you. Whether you've been here since the beginning, or you've been here, maybe this is your first video of mine. Maybe you've been here just like a few months ago, a few weeks, days, like maybe you just got here this year. Or maybe you're from the distant future, in like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now. I want to say thank you, because just getting to see how my videos have evolved over the years really makes me just a mentally happier person. my life would never be the same if it weren't for YouTube. And I'm thankful that you're here. Anyways, that's gonna have to about do it for this video. So if you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends or something if you want. I mean, that is kind of what YouTube's for anyway. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for 10 years. And here's and cheers to 10 more. Peace out, everyone.